Oh, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Shiki. So, today I wanted to have a conversation where I address the points made towards me, against me, and before I do that, I wanted to give a huge thanks to the people who stood by my side. For those of you who, fought for the things that you believe in, and for most of all, keeping it respectful and showing just how amazing you guys are, for showing the spirit of Army and BTS. I thank you so much. I'm honestly so proud to be surrounded by you guys, genuinely speaking. Um, to me, being an Army comes with values, certain values, um, and those values have been inspired um, from us being forged into flames, fanned by BTS in the first place. All right? And I think what's happening here regarding these decisions that I criticized are totally against these said values and morals and even principles. So, what's. Oh, and I also wanted to thank the people who didn't agree with me but still kept it respectable. Thank you to you as well, because that's always nice. Now, to the points that were raised against me. Number one, saying that I call them bad people or that I make them out or that I'm attacking other army. Okay? Attacking is a very harsh word. Attacking is me defaming their character. Attacking is me attacking their character and saying, making up lies about them or just spreading hate towards them. I'm doing neither. What I'm doing is I am criticizing the decision that they're making. The decision is predatory. No matter what you say or think or do, the decision to put free BTS content on YouTube is a predatory act in of itself. All right, it is motivated by nothing other than money. It's a greedy action, and look, I'm just putting it as it is. All right, if you say why these guys are reacting, if you say why these guys are spending their time, effort on doing this, guys, you guys live on Twitter. You guys know what's happening on Twitter. You guys are experts on Twitter. Let's bring up some points. The Rise of Bangtan, a documentary made by Army for free. How many hundreds of hours did she not spend on making that content in the first place? The BTS content index, that is one of the most amazing pieces of helpful information for any army. They're all the different translation accounts, all the different translations accounts, all the other channels providing concerts or specific content to people that can't afford it. What about the army lawyers? What about the army doctors? What about the army donation? What about the army voting Twitter accounts? What about all these different things that people are pouring their time into despite working, having jobs, despite having kids, families? They pour their time, love, and effort into being generous and helping each other. That's the spirit of the community that BTS and Army have built. It's a giving community, okay? You know that already. I don't have to tell you this, but it does need to be a reminder. So in such a world, I think it's predatory when the YouTube Army BTS community, reactor content creators, whatever you want to call them, are monetizing the free content against other armies. Like it turns into a transaction. That's a greedy thing. Why can't I don't understand why people can't see what I'm trying to say. I'm not telling you guys these are bad people, like I said. But there's literally, like, there was a Bangtan Academy survey going on with with hundreds of members literally learning Korean, studying for free. They got nothing out of that. Like, there was staff. It's all volunteers. You guys know what the spirit of being an Army and BTS fan means. That goes against it. To take free content, put it on Patreon, and making fellow armies pay for that. Not when I say making, I'm not saying you're forced. But if you want to watch it, you don't have any other choice. Because you like these people. And I just think it's predatory from the content creators themselves to do that because they know what they're doing. All right. Number 2, stop policing us. Stop shaming us. It's my money. It's my $1 to $10, $5, $16, $100,000. Fine. I have never told you what to do with your money. I have never told you who to support, what to do. For you, it may be $1, $2, $10. For other people from other countries, when they have to convert their currency to US dollars, it becomes a whole lot more than that. But that still doesn't impact you. You want to support them? You're showing the spirit of army. Once again, you're supporting army that you like. Okay? There's nothing wrong with supporting them. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that. I am saying their act of what they're doing is inherently wrong. Someone even went as far as calling an entire comment section broke and that it's okay to use BTS to make money out of. So my question is to you. When other groups plagiarize from BTS, for example, I saw a ridiculous copy of like the Jack in the Box poster. Everyone is on it. Everyone's saying, how dare you use BTS, or how dare you copy BTS, or how dare you do these things? How dare you try to make money off of BTS? Why can't we keep the same energy here? Like, it's okay for them, but not for others. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying you shouldn't do, like, you can do whatever you want. All I'm talking about is from me to them, because I also have a YouTube channel. Guys, it's perfectly fine to put all of their content on YouTube. It works, no problem. Like, I'm talking about Switch Style Run, Weverse Lives, Bangtan Bombs. They all work perfectly fine on YouTube. There's no problem. But what happens is when you do it on YouTube, the revenue goes to BTS. All right? That's what happens. They claim it, so the revenue goes to them. When you do it on Patreon, the revenue does not go to them. Okay? Instead, fellow ARMY have to pay if they want to continue watching. Number 3, these guys are supporting and pushing BTS. These guys are helping push BTS to other people and bringing in people into the ARMY fans, into the ARMY fandom. By putting their content on Patreon, specifically the free is the only thing I'm talking about, specifically putting things like Run BTS on Patreon is not going to increase their reach. I hope you understand that. What happens is they put it to 2% of their audience. Not their big audience, but 2%. How are they increasing anything? I don't understand that point. Instead, what happens is you see a lot of people make reaction videos to BTS songs because it's going to blow up. You get a lot of money when you get more subscribers and views from that. It means potentially more Patreon activity. And once again, Patreon isn't wrong, but you can be creative with it. You can do early releases. I've said this in my previous video. You can do things that isn't so predatory. The 4th thing I want to talk about. These guys support BTS. And how dare you call them fake and not ARMY? First of all, I never said that these people aren't ARMY. I never said that they're fake. I never said any of those things. But once again, their decision to do what they're doing when it comes to the free stuff is a predatory act. Whether you like it or not, it is not in the spirit of what BTS stands for or what ARMY stands for. Okay? That's just the reality. One of the things I realized when I first started YouTube and reacting and becoming an ARMY, everyone was so helpful and nice. Literally, I still remember, I'm not gonna name their name, but they sent me email, like long emails with detailed instructions, like no matter how, like the amount of time they put for someone like me, a stranger that they didn't know, shows the love that ARMY has for BTS. I just think it's sad that that we hold some people to different standards when they have been built up by BTS. My entire channel is built up by BTS. Imagine I tomorrow I go and I make my content paid. Like, that would be one of the most one of the top 10 anime betrayals. Like, it just makes no sense to me. Another thing, when we talk about supporting, ask yourself, all these channels, how often are they pushing, streaming, voting? How often have they done it throughout their years? And someone can tell me, but they don't know. I didn't know either. But I learned. Other channels learned. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not saying they have to do it. But I'm just saying it looks bad and it looks a certain way. And that's why I burn so passionately about this. I don't know if you're going to finish this video or not, but some of the points, I'm jealous. Someone else said that that they need the money to buy equipment. Guys, the majority of the channels that I mentioned, they make from 3 to 15,000 plus in Patreon revenue alone per month. Okay, so unless they're buying a camera every single day, or they're trying to rival NASA, I don't understand what equipment you need to buy every month. Like, how many cameras are you gonna buy? How many microphones are they gonna do like five mics, 5D mics? Like, what, you know, like when it comes to equipment, there's only so much that you can do when it comes to a reaction channel. Only so much that you buy for that. I'm literally using like $100 camera, okay, and $100 mic. That's it. Even if they have like $1,000 camera, it does not go to equipment. Okay, equipment can break, but it doesn't break every day. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, for like when you are on their Patreon and you don't sub for a month, you're immediately kicked out. And I feel like that's a very harsh thing. You know? Because one of the things that I'm trying to do all the time personally, and this is not something I say everyone has to do, but I try to make everyone involved as much as possible. As much as possible. If something is blocked, I try to put it on 4 or 5 different platforms, just so that everyone can feel. I don't want people to be left out. Personally, that's a personal value of mine. Okay. And one of the things, it's been part of my personality since I was a child, but it also got more prominent watching some of the compilations where, for example, you know, Jin sees someone like being left behind, he pulls them to the front. Just like that sort of beautiful energy, putting that out there and giving it back is very important to me. I think that's why I think like the whole thing is kind of like transactional in a way. And once again, this is not to say that you shouldn't support them, or that you are supporting them and you do it because you like their reaction and you like watching with them. I am with you. I understand. I am not saying you're wrong. I am saying if their content was free, you would still support them. Like, what did I say that was so wrong? What did I say that made people go like, oh, but you're shaming us, oh, you're policing us? I am literally saying that if you like them and you like what they're doing, you will support them. You will go that extra length to show them love, which isn't wrong. And having a Patreon to make side money and to make a living off of it in a way isn't wrong. But that specific decision, in my opinion, is wrong. That's all I had to say about this. This is literally the last I'm gonna do about this. I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. I'm gonna fizzle away from Twitter like I've been doing for the past like 4 or 5 months. I don't know how long. I am not a Twitter person. I don't belong on Twitter or X, whatever you call it. It's not who I am. But for this specific cause, I had to come here, put my views out, try and I guess, reach out to some people, and hopefully, most importantly, the content creators themselves, in hopes that they put some change in. Okay? That's the entire reason I made this. For the rest of you, guys, we're gonna go back to usual uploads. We're gonna continue watching BTS together. No problem there. From tomorrow. So I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry that you had to like deal with this little episode of drama. Unfortunately, it was something that needed to be said. It's been on my chest for a long time, because it just doesn't sit right with me. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Take care. I love you guys. Bora hai. And I will see you in the next one.